Hey guys, Michael here, and this is the Charlie and Chocolate Factory. You know, our roleplay that's coming up. Yeah, this is basically the whole setting kind of place. So basically, I'll be building this and talking to you about the FNAF storyline. So the FNAF storyline has perplexed a lot of people, and Scott is really tricky with what he is doing with the FNAF storyline. So I think me and Just pieced the storyline together. So okay, I'll start it in 1983. So there's this kid, and he was crying outside. We still don't know why. Excuse me. But he was crying, and then after that, this pink man came, and he murdered the little child, which is awful. And then after that, the child's soul possessed a not a puppet. The child's soul possessed a little Fredbear plush. So, after that, another crying child, got that same plush, and they were buddies. They were buddies until the end, and he knew that spirit was possessing the plush. Okay? And that was the kid who you're playing in FNAF 4 who got the plush. So the kid hated his brother and vice versa. So his brother knows that he hates the animatronics, and his brother wears this distinctive foxy mask. So one day at his birthday party, his brother was invited. His brother has been torturing him. He has been putting him in different kinds of places which he knows he hates, but one day he had enough. He was crying, and his brother and his friends, which also had distinctive Freddy, Bonnie, Chica masks, standing next to him. He told them that he wanted to give Fredbear an old kiss, and he knows that he hates Fredbear, but not the plush Fredbear, of course. He loves him. So they shoved him into the mouse. He was crying, and there were these things called spring locks at that time in the suits. The water moistened the spring locks, which caused the spring locks to snap, causing Fredbear, the animatronic, mouth to snap, his jaws to snap. By the way, if you don't know the FNAF story, if you don't know anything about the FNAF storyline, don't watch this. It won't make any sense. So just play the game. Don't pay any attention to the storyline. Don't watch this. So after that, his frontal lobe got bitten off by Fredbear. Yes, the frontal lobe. The lobe that helps you control making problems and dreams and stuff. Because of that, his mind got weirdified, and he's been in a coma ever since. In the coma, he has been experiencing really weird stuff. Nightmare animatronics coming and slaying him. He needs to protect himself, and that is what happens in the fourth game. The owner, who was wearing distinctive purple clothes, knew that was a bad thing, and these children should be stopped. He also didn't want them to ruin his whole Fredbear. This person was either in the name of Fred, Freddy, or Frederick. Or Fredbear. So with that, he slayed his brother and his brother's friends. That was after his brother said his last words. I will put I will put you back together, but I am sorry to his brother, which was in the hospital bed. After that, the plush which he owned, which was possessed, was sad, and he wanted to fix his brother's friends. He knew he couldn't do that in a plush, so he possessed a puppet. So he stuffed all the children into Chica, Foxy, Freddy, and Bonnie, to their masks. But then the plush noticed his owner has died from the coma. Because of that, he finally, at the last moment, stuffed him into the suit was left. The suit that killed him. The Golden Freddy. Or the whatchamacallit? Fredbear suit, yeah. Then, because of that incident, Fredbear's family diner had to get closed down. I mean, what else? So, after Fredbear's got closed, a new place opened, but they didn't want anything to do with the Fredbears, so they made new animatronics to replace the Spring Bonnie and Fredbear. Spring Bonnie's the other mascot, by the way. It's a bunny. He'll come into importance later. So, this was called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And he got rid of the old animatronics, the old Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and replaced for... actually, no, they didn't. Sorry, wrong one. So they made Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy at that time. But then they saw mucus and blood dripping out of their mouths and other pores that they had. So they had to close down. And then a new place came in called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the second, which is take place in the second game. So the old animatronics got replaced with new animatronics, which were made out of plastic and were more kid-friendly. They weren't possessed, but they did have facial recognition. So that's why they kill you and all stuff. So, okay, then after that, it all went bankruptcy and burned in a fire. I forgot what happened. I know I'm stupid. I forgot what happened, but it had to close down. And after that, a new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza rolled up the lane, but they had to go on a slight smaller budget. So they revived and made the the old Freddy Fazbear and his gang, and yeah, but then it went bankruptcy. Oh, by the way, took place in the first game, and then it went bankruptcy, so it had to close down. Around 2 years later, though, the same purple guy who killed the children and the owner of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza stayed in there. He stayed in the safe room where all the old animatronics were kept, including the Spring Bonnie animatronic. It was just a suit, and there was no endoskeleton. He was staying there and checking that everything was good, since they were planning to make a horror attraction, Fazbear's Fright. So the puppet, which is the leader of the gang, didn't know that the pink man killed him and not the purple man. So purple man got framed by pink man, but the children knew that was the person they had to kill. So the animatronics kept... Oh, by the way, you might be wondering, why do the animatronics kill you in the game? Well, they all think that you're the night guard. That you're the person who killed them, because the person who killed them had the same badge and the same hat. And plus, you're wearing blue. And with all that blood in their eyes, they must think red plus blue equals purple, and yeah. So, all the animatronics went on one by one, but he carried an axe. All the animatronics failed, and their bodies were just ruined. But one thing that Purple Man couldn't stop was their souls. The souls of the I don't know how many. I can't think. So of the 5 children, Foxy, Chica, Bonnie, Freddy, went out of their bodies to try to kill the person who killed them. So they blocked the entrance. And by the way, the puppet got destroyed. So the puppet soul came out. The puppet soul went out of the suit since he knew that he was going to get killed if he was in the suit. So he went out of the suit and went in the safe room. He scared Purple Guy in the Springtrap suit, in the Spring Bonnie suit. And remember the spring locks I said before? If you move, if you do anything, if you breathe wrongly, you're gonna die. So when he put on the suit without knowing, he laughed. Yeah, guys, he laughed. And then after that, bam, I say, the spring lock snapped. Poor little guy, he died. Or did he? Puppet intentionally brought him back to life, kept on bringing him back to life, because Puppet knew that he would feel the pain of being alive. So, Puppet intentionally did that. So, after that, 30 years later, Fredbear's Price rolled in, and he was still stuck in the suit, and he wanted his revenge. Oh, and by the way, actually no, let's go back a little. So, after that, all the animatronics wanted to repay what they did to to his little brother. They all got cakes, and after that, the puppet got one big cake. All the souls of the crying child and his brother's friends all sat in a room. The puppet king brought in their cake, and they didn't have to worry about the purple guy anymore because he was dead. Brought the cake, and then they could celebrate his birthday once again. Not again like in Fredbear killing someone. Again, because it's kind of like a redemption story. They want to make his brother feel happy again, because his brother didn't get a good birthday party. He died on his birthday. Well, a few days after his birthday, but still, birthday was the day that he had to go. And that was horrible to him. They wanted to make him feel happy. So after that, after the person who murdered them killed, after the whole redemption plot done, they didn't have to do anything else. So they went off to the afterlife. And then after that, Purple Guy was still stuck in the suit. So that goes to the FNAF 3 thing where he tries to kill you. But Scott has done an amazing story. And it's true. He put all the evidence he has in the 4th game. And Scott just made an amazing game out of this. It's such a sweet story, and at the end, there has to be a happy ending. But there might be more. Pink Guy is still out there, the person who framed Purple Guy. And sorry, that's I think my Skype or something. So that the story that Scott has made, the community that he's made, was amazing. From like being a weird game maker that no one knows to being one of the most popular to being one of the most popular game changers actually, with one of the best lores. And now there already has been a cool little Halloween twist that does nothing for the story, but it's awesome on the 4th game. And finally, he's gonna wrap Five Nights at Freddy's up with a RPG, which is Five Nights at Freddy's role play, or Five Nights at Freddy's World, FNAF World. I can't wait for it. It's gonna come out next year. Just the story that he put was amazing into Five Nights at Freddy's. So that was my little video explaining the whole storyline of Five Nights at Freddy's. I hope you like it. Hopefully it made you piece out some things. If I'm not right, sorry guys. It's all I can do. I mean, if you already know because you're in the future, then I don't know, comment below. And I'll probably know by then, since I'm a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan. So, without further ado, bye guys!